I think there's been at least 10 times where I have thought about making a video like this, but I never really got around to it. My video editing skills are non-existent, and I honestly usually just want to talk about things and just post them, but I can't really post it with a black screen, so at least with this one I can have footage. And the footage I'm using is an old animation I made called Elements. It's just some stick figures with like elemental powers, fighting and all that. And that's as simple as it is. It does have a nice story behind it, and I wanted to share it just because. I'm just gonna do this in one take. I don't know. If I keep like delaying making this, I don't think I'll ever do it, so forgive me for whatever mistake. So to start, this little animation you see here was the first like big project I had ever made in animation. In a way, well, back then at least, I guess, stick figure animations have always taken a long time, rather than having too much difficulty, because it's not full body, you're not drawing realistic fingers and worrying too much about anatomy, but then that means that the quality of it relies somewhere else, like the smoothness of it or whatever story it's trying to tell, and it's very time consuming. I made this animation with one objective, and one objective only in mind, that I wanted it to be featured in what was like the front page of the website called Stick Page back then. Only like the best of the best animations were featured in the page, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be there and a lot of people are gonna see it, and it's gonna be like a big achievement for me to have it up there. But for that meant that it had to be good in quality. So despite me not really knowing that much of quality back then, I set up to do it anyways. I remember whatever free time I had, I would put it into the project. Crap, I think I was in like my first year of college. I was 17. I think I know I was in college, and instead of doing using my free time to do something more useful, I would just draw stick figures as many times as I could, and it took me like 8 months to complete. I believe I worked on it the entire year. It went through a lot of accidents, I guess you could say. Since stick figure animation was simpler, I usually put all the animation into one file. I didn't separate them in like different parts. If the file was like 14 or 15,000 frames long, it would stay in that one file. So boy, when I was like 5 minutes in or something like that, the file corrupted, the flash file corrupted. And if you don't know, it's different from when the program crashes, right? So like it sends you back to the last point that you saved, but when the file corrupts, the whole thing is gone. You can't open the file again. And back then, the only backup I had was like 2 minutes away from the point that I was working on, and it was so devastating. I remember I cried my eyes out, because losing 2 minutes of progress back then was like, I mean, not back then, still, right? If you're an animator, you know the pain you have to go through to put 2 minutes of animation out there, right? So losing 2 minutes entirely was a super heavy blow. But no matter, I had my objective in mind. I knew that if I wanted to do what I wanted to do, I was gonna have to, go through those rough roads and push through. So I started to recover what I lost. I don't remember if I ended up animating like kind of the same thing, but from memory basically. But I did recover it. And so months passed. Like I said, it was like an entire year of work. But it was finished. I did it, and I was super proud of it. And it was time to send it to like the big man in charge that would like review it for approval and see if it will make it to the front page. It was the best thing I had ever done. I had showed it to some classmates and my family back then, and they all liked it, so I was convinced it was gonna make it through. However, I sent it to the big man in charge, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! It's so cool. I'm gonna send it to like the guy that like puts the seal of approval and all that." And I waited a few days, and big man comes back, and he says, "Well, I sent it to the guy that's supposed to approve it, and sadly he didn't like it." I wasn't really given a reason of why. Everything that I ended up reading for like reasoning didn't kind of like, I just read static basically. It was so unreal that I didn't really accomplish what I had set out to do. Despite all the effort I put into it, I was devastated. I think that was the first time that I truly felt like a failure. Because you put like your heart and soul into something you're creating, and you have that one objective in mind, and you don't accomplish it. It's truly devastating. I remember I stopped animating entirely, actually. I considered quitting even. I know it sounds dumb over a stick animation, but like I don't know, it was just a really hard blow to me back then. And since I couldn't put it on the front page, I didn't have anywhere really to put it. So I thought of deleting it. I remember I picked up the whole folder, right-clicked it, and I was like a second away from deleting it out of frustration. Crap. I didn't, I guess, because I was, emotionally attached. And, well, of course, looking back at it, I'm glad I didn't. But back then, I remember I just stopped animating for months, actually. I didn't really have any motivation to do anything. I didn't have the desire to keep creating because, like, what was the point, right? And I did have to make some space in my computer at some point, and the freaking folder is like a couple of gigabytes big, and I wanted to delete it. So to not lose the whole of it, I uploaded the video to my YouTube channel. And by the way, the video I uploaded wasn't Elements like the first part, it was the second part. Maybe that's why it was rejected. But okay, sorry. Anyways, I uploaded Elements 2 to YouTube and just left it there. I deleted the other folders and just kind of forgot about it. I focused on whatever college stuff I was doing at the time. And like a month or so passes, and the animation starts to blow up, actually. I will like get on my YouTube channel to do other things, and I noticed that I was getting a lot of comments, a lot of views, and wow, people liked it. And that was a shocker to me, because if it didn't get approved earlier to have like people watch it, I thought it was like not even worth watching. I thought it was bad, if anything. But no, it was getting a lot of attention, a lot of traction, and within a few months, yeah, I guess, it was the first video ever that hit the 1 million views on my channel. And I came to a realization there, and I guess that's the reason that I'm making this video to begin with. I realized I made a grave mistake when I set out to do that big project of mine. The objective I had was not for me. The objective I had was to please someone else. I made the whole animation in order to please someone that would approve it and then like show it to other people. and I realized I was wrong. If you're gonna create anything, I think it has to be for yourself. Because, crap, I don't know how to put it into words. I learned that if you really want to be happy creating stuff, you have to do it for yourself. The objective in mind has to be to please your own objectives. Like, what's the point of making an animation if you're gonna make it for somebody else that has nothing to do with your effort, your view, what you want? And from that moment on, I decided to never make an animation trying to please other people. I will never create something that I like to do having an objective in mind that didn't involve myself. I don't think it's egocentric or narcissistic to do that. I just think it's healthy, especially when it comes to art and stuff like that. You have to think of yourself and how you feel. To me, making an animation's like, crap. It's like you're raising a child that's like a blank canvas, and then it like has all this story and scenes and color to it, and only you understand how difficult it was to make. Only you understand all the little details and stuff. So at the end, if you're proud of it, if you're happy with it, that's really all that matters. My advice, I guess, would be to create for you, and of course share your talent with the world. Talents and gifts are made to be shared with others, because then what's the point? I guess that's the mistake I realized. I had all this talent, all this huge creation I made, and I wasn't sharing it with anybody, and that's the sad. That would be like the bad ending. I don't think art is good or bad, regardless of what it looks like. You created something that wasn't there before, and that's something that not everyone can do. And I think that there's some beauty in that, and that it should be appreciated, no matter what it is. So don't compare yourself to others. Don't do things for others. Just do what you do out of fun and love, and everything will sort itself out. And that's it. That's also, I guess, why I didn't end up making Elements 3. Because technically, right, the birth of the series itself was not made to satisfy me. I had made the animation to satisfy someone else. And as good of an idea as it was, or that I had, I didn't want to make the third part. I wanted to focus on other things that I wanted to do. That's why it didn't come to fruition. I do believe I made a few seconds of Elements 3, so I guess I'll put that never seen before footage in here. And that's about it. Alright, I would love to share more experiences of mine through the 14 years of animation already that I've had. I'm not exactly the wisest person or the smartest one, but I hope that my experience and my words could help other artists along the way. Anyways, that's about it. Let's see ya.